sky.
Hi there, and welcome back. Good to see you all again. This is the second of the series of the videos. This one I'm going to try and take you around the bike a little bit more. This is the bike that I should be taking on the charity trip this year out to Mount Ararat. You find us here on a fantastic blue-skied British summer day in one of the local forests near to us in Newark. So without further ado, I'm going to take you around and show you some of the extra features that we've put on this bike to make it practical, safer and a bit more comfort. One of the first things we were interested in looking into was the fact that the existing foot pegs on the Tiger are a little bit narrow for endurance riding and for long-term usage. So what you've got here is you've got the more traditional endurance style peg. It's as you see, it's got the holes in here to let any earth come through so you don't get a peg clogged up with dirt. And also these serrated edges help your boot to stay firmly on the peg, so if you are riding in a stood up position or even when you're just seated, it will probably stop your feet slipping a little bit out of those peg holes. First thing you see when you look at the front of the Tiger obviously is you spot these two extra eyes. Now these are Hella high intensity projection lamp units for auxiliary lighting obviously. These are going to help on some of the darker roads and the unknown roads, and also if we've got bad weather situations it is going to assist us in the fact that on a safety issue drivers are more likely to be aware of the presence on the road when they see these. They're all finished off with some nice little metal protectors around them, again lightweight aluminium, and they're operated by a switch from the handlebar, so they can either be included in the circuitry or excluded from the circuitry. Okay, so we're moving a little bit lower down the bike at the front here, so what we can see already is there's added protection here in some engine crash bars. Now if the bike does fall over, this is going to protect the vital elements of the engine and also the precious fuel tank above. For added protection we've got guards on both the oil cooler radiator and the main water radiator. These will just stop stones and other foreign objects attacking the grills, the fine fins on these two radiators. Okay, so moving around to the rear of the bike now, you can spot straight away the luggage capabilities. She's sporting a pair of Zega Pro aluminium panniers here. We've got a 35 litre here on my left here, which is set off from the bike slightly because of the exhaust porting at this side. However, on this side of the bike we've got a 40 litre pannier. So these are going to be adequate for the equipment we're going to be taking, camping gear, clothing, camera gear, batteries, phones, communications devices, etc, etc. There's going to be ample room in here, and I think we could get away without putting much of the lightweight stuff onto the back here. So again, for added security, these are lockable, they're sealable, they're waterproof, dustproof, basically bomb-proof. On the back here you can see an auxiliary can. This will be my water supply. It's a 2 litre can, so I'm able to keep that for cooking water and in emergencies, drinking waters, and even further emergencies, water for the engine. All right, and here at the moment you can see a couple of normal water containers. These are going to be replaced when we're actually doing the trip with some of the more commonly known SIG units for fuel. So these will be carrying 2 litres of fuel here. Again, it's for cooking, but in an emergency it allows us extra storage for fuel. So a very quick look across the dash here. As you can probably see, sat nav. She's wired into the bike, so no worries with batteries going flat, etc. You can see this on a custom built bracket, and we also have here repeaters of all our normal lights, which I can't visibly see when I'm sat up on the bike. Small storage bag here between the handlebars, which will be in front of the tank bag, which will be sat here with all camera gear in. What you might also see here is the spot unit, which if you look on the site there's lots of information about this, but this is basically a tracking device. This will be the bit of kit that is sending the beacon back home so that everybody who's watching the site can see all about us, and also that they can follow the trip and probably live it a little bit with us. Hi there, so you find me now back in the garden at home after a superb ride out in this beautiful sunshine today. Now I think I've got to make the most of the afternoon and sit out here and go through the maps and do some further in-depth route planning. We've got the outline already, as you know, and you've probably seen on the website. But this is now to the nitty-gritty. We're now excited to see which roads we're actually physically going to go along, and what some of the things are and some of the sites we do want to try and take in along the road. We know we're schedule's very, very tight, but we still want to see some of the beauties of some of the countries and some of the landmarks that we're going to be passing. In our next video I'm going to get a chance to introduce you to Richard and Brian, who are coming with me. They're going to be the support riders on this trip. Now they're taking very different bikes to me, they're both taking sports tourers, so they'll take you through their choices and why they're going with that bike and what they think the benefits are and what they're looking forward to with the trip as well. So So next time we meet, I hope to take you through some of this route planning and also some of the places we're going to. And all that's left for me to say is see you next time. Bye for now.